What an honor to present the 2017 Ty Tyson Award for Excellence in Sports Broadcasting to Mr. Matt Shepard, the guy who does it all in this market. And I'm just wondering, Shep, over the years, you've done so much. How have you managed to keep it all together? I mean, you get up so early in the morning, you do every event out there, and you're looking handsome as ever.
Well, thanks, bud. Supportive family, good friends in this business. I don't consider it work. We work with the best people in the business, right? You and I work with guys like Darren Elliott and Chris Osgood. We work with Grant Long and Greg Kelser. We work with guys like Rod Allen and Craig Monroe and Kirk Gibson. It doesn't get any better than that, you know? I mean, I get the opportunity to work with Rob Rubik and Chris Spielman on a regular basis during football. I learn from them. I enjoy it. I can't wait to get to work, quite honestly. So, yeah, it's a lot to balance, but in the end, it's so much fun and it's such a learning experience every day.
What aspect of this job is most rewarding for you this far into your career?
Oh, I think anytime a fan comes up to you and I, no matter where we may be, Comerica Park, Little Caesars Arena, Ford Field, wherever it may be, and they say, I really enjoy your work. And I've gotten that a little bit more with Michigan basketball probably than anything else because of their recent run to a national championship game and people saying I turned down the volume on the TV and listened to you on radio, or I got a really nice email from an elderly gentleman, he called himself, who watched me fill in for Mario on a Tigers game and said he's very particular about his Tigers broadcast, he's very particular about baseball broadcast, but he listened to my whole game and really enjoyed it. It's little things like that that really bring the joy out in what we do, and not that it wouldn't make it worthwhile anyway, but it just enhances the opportunities that you know you're sharing games and moments with people.
We at the DSM were all about trying to groom the next generation of sportscasters. So when you look back on your career, how it started, what motivated you along the way, and I know things have changed, but what piece of advice would you have for young sportscasters out there or announcers that want to do play-by-play based on your own experience and how things have changed? What would be the number one thing you'd say to them today?
I would say diversify. So make sure you can write. Make sure you work hard and follow somebody who you respect. It could be Trevor. It could be Mario. It could be, you know, a guy like me if you want it, and pick their brains and try to find out from as much from them as you possibly can, how they prepare for games. When I do my basketball games, I took a little bit from a guy by the name of Mike Inglis in Miami. He does the Miami Heat. And a little bit from Ernie Harwell, believe it or not. So when I do my baseball broadcasts, I take a little bit from various baseball announcers who I greatly respect. Obviously, Ernie Harwell. Ken Daniels was a big influence on my hockey broadcasts. From a football standpoint, I kind of created my own, but I've talked to different people throughout the NFL, and I picked their brains. You can never be too good, too old, or too new to learn something from somebody. You and I learn from each other all the time. So I would tell them to do that. Be aggressive in what you're doing, but really learn how to write. It's really important because it helps you then learn how to speak a little bit more. And I would say in terms of diversifying, blog once in a while, do some podcasts, do radio, do TV, learn what people behind the scenes do. You appreciate all the effort that they put in because they can help make you better.
You couldn't golf today. You've got a game to call tonight, but you made the time to drive all the way out here to Cherry Creek to accept this Ty Tyson Award.
Big deal.
What does it mean to you? Why did you make the time to do that today, despite the fact you've got work to do?
Well, it's pretty emotional for me, so I'll try to keep it together. But first of all, to receive it from you, somebody I greatly respect and I consider a friend, but also because of the great names that are on that trophy, it means a great deal to me. Ernie Harwell is on that trophy, man. I mean, that is a huge, huge deal. And to have a lot of people in this room who have influenced my career. Brian Bender's a really good friend of mine, right? Brian was a boss of mine with the Detroit Lions. I greatly respect him, not just as a man of principle and a profession, but also as a friend. Bill Harrington's a guy who I've gotten to know over the years. I greatly respect him. George Eichhorn, and the amount of effort they put into things. I mean, it's just a really big deal for me. It's something that I will always cherish. It's something that's going to go on my wall, and I'm going to show everybody who comes through my house, because, and not to boast, but just because of what Ty Tyson was all about and because of the people who've won it before me.
You're well-deserving, Matt. It was a pleasure to present it to you. This year's Ty Tyson Award winner for Excellence in Sports Broadcasting, we give you Mr. Matt Shepard. Roy, back to you.